Hi, I'm Mark Cullen with a do-it-yourself video library explaining how to build a rain garden. This is one in a series of videos produced by Landscape Ontario and Parklane Landscapes. In this video, we join the Parklane Landscapes team at Canada Blooms as they demonstrate a model home with multiple rain garden examples. There's tremendous opportunity for imagination and diversity in rain garden design and construction.
Last year, we built a really large display garden showing a number, maybe 5 different types of rain gardens and how beautiful they can look. We realized we're missing an important piece, and that was the anatomy of a rain garden, how you build a rain garden, so that anybody that wants to put one in can see the actual layers that go into making it function so that it keeps all the water on the property. So what you're seeing right here is an example of a combination scree and simulated wetland garden, and it basically incorporating some art features. We've also produced a number of different signs that show the actual installation of the rain garden and the different types that are there, as well as bioswales and permeable paving. And hopefully it looks like it's working, it's engaging the public so that they can start to look and learn, and it's more of an educational piece that we're doing this year. What we're trying to do is, first of all, engage people so that they really see the beauty of a rain garden, but do it in such a way that they're surrounded by the information. It's a real do-it-yourself manual is basically what we've produced here. This is a model that we developed to help people understand the real anatomy of a rain garden. So the first thing is to actually measure how big your roof is to find out how much water is going to be going down your downspout. This is a typical problem that a lot of people have, is that the downspout will run down, the water will go onto your driveway. So one way to solve that is to actually replace that downspout and build an arbor that can take the water over your walkway and have it going down a rain chain or a little decorative pipe or whatever. Imagination is the key here. You can take out, a foot of gravel, but if you want to keep it relatively small and make it deeper, you could go into a deeper hole and actually get clear stone put in there. Then you put your geotextile down. It has to be a non-biodegradable filter fabric. Now, the reason that you use the non-biodegradable filter fabric is so that it doesn't get your decorative stone, which is typically smaller, doesn't get into the gravel, so that everything stays functioning for a much longer period. This is part of reducing the maintenance on a rain garden. So those plants that you're putting into this particular rain garden are going to get extra amounts of water because the soil is going to get saturated whenever it rains, and it's going to hold that water. The regular gravel part of the rain garden is going to give it time to soak into the subsoil and into the water table eventually. If you've got an asphalt driveway and it's in really good shape, you don't want to pick it up and do an entire permeable paving. You can actually cut out a section of your driveway and put in a drain that are actually designed for these purposes that you can drive over, but now all the water running off of your driveway gets caught in that drain, and you can build a rain garden that it runs into. Another option on this lovely house is to catch the water that's in your ditch, in your swale at the front of the house. You could dig it out a little bit lower and then put in a gravel with some decorative stone on top. So this still has its drainage ability, it still has a directional flow. This is called a bioswale. So let's go to the backyard. This is a typical backyard where you have a regular little slab patio. Try to think about using that functional space and making it a permeable patio. You can make any product permeable just by the base that you're putting in. So you would excavate out your patio, so you put in a jumbo flagstone patio right on the gravel and turn your downspout so that it actually flows into the patio itself and the water disappears. Now, all the areas around the patio are going to be able to absorb a lot of water, so you could again put in a lot of compost and sand mixture, and then plant that. Again, that's a rain garden. Isn't it simple? And if everybody does this, we're going to be reducing the phosphorus in the lakes like crazy.
In our next video, we'll learn about some of the wonderful native plants that will thrive in a rain garden, as well as why it's important to start using native plants wherever possible.